He uses his sense of humor to try to make light of the things that absolutely terrifies him. He loves cinema. He loves music and he loves being a musician. And he's made a lot of really great movies. And he's been canceled. I saw Annie Hall on Bravo. Yeah. Remember Bravo?
Yeah.
And I really, really loved it. So I, of course, immediately sought out Manhattan and went from there. I bought one of the big box sets and saw a lot of the other films that way. But he was a late teen getting into filmmaker. For me, anyway.
So Manhattan came second.
Manhattan came second. I read a bunch of his books too when I was in high school. I would always find them in used bookstores in Harvard Square. And he's a very funny writer too. I like Woody Allen from every decade. I mean, you know, I like him more than you do.
That's probably true.
Yeah. Even his kind of more modern stuff where he left New York, which was, no. Some of it's okay. So I like Manhattan in the 70s. Hannah and Her Sisters for the 80s. Did he do Deconstructing Harry in the 90s?
Yeah.
And Manhattan Murder Mystery in the 90s? I'd go with Manhattan Murder Mystery in the 90s. And then, in the 2000s, I liked Vicky Cristina Barcelona. That was pretty good. I don't cancel him. It's just another case of liberals. Like us.
Asterisk.
Just taking things to an extreme that is, I'm sorry to say, a little bit unnecessary. Just because these people committed crimes.
And misdemeanors.
Yes.
Or did they?
It doesn't negate their quality of art in any way. You know, I'm not going to depreciate their body of work because of something they did in their personal life. It's two separate things. Now, why I don't approve of these people's acts, again, I can separate that from their art because I'm an adult. Hashtag adulting.
You say it's become less of a personal thing, like, well, I've decided that I'm not really interested in this person anymore or anything they've made, as opposed to pushing it on to others, like a religious fanatic, like, you shouldn't be liking anything they do either, and if you do, you're trash.
More than ever in our society, and especially in America, we're lumping people into specific categories.
Compartmentalized.
We are, very much so. Especially people that we, engage with every day. We want them in our compartment. Because if you're not in our compartment, well, you give me anxiety.
Triggered.
Yes.
Unsafe.
So everybody's trying to make everyone like everyone else. And they're working really hard at doing it. Also, everyone's really different. Things are getting a little wacky. I had heard that Tom Perrotta had a new book out, and then that there was a show, and that he was largely involved in it, and then that it was on HBO. I like Little Children, both the movie and the book, and same thing with Election. The Leftovers is amazing, and if you haven't watched it or read the book, then why are you our internet friends?
Well, that's a good track record.
Yeah. I knew the literal synopsis had me hooked. It was a middle-aged woman who suddenly gets addicted to porn. And I thought that was neat. So I'm like, I gotta see about this. And it had the actress Katherine Hahn, who she had a very, very, very small role in the movie Girls, in the show Girls. And I thought she was really attractive. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, first of all, the what was most striking to me was it has been like a really long time since I've found anything sexy. Like, I'm sorry, but I went through a really big porn phase, like everyone else in the world. But like, I look at it now, and I swear it's just silly.
It always
really
was.
Huh?
It always was.
But like, I just see the silly now, and I'm just like, this is ridiculous. Like, it's not. It doesn't turn me on at all. Like, this isn't real. This is ridiculous. So, it's been a really long time since I've been looking at something. I was like, this is really hot. And yeah, I hate these kind of buzzwords, but I like that it normalized age gaps. Like, it took a long time to get there for two main characters, but it was fine for a 45-year-old and a 19-year-old. A 19-year-old boy and a 45-year-old woman to be sexually attracted to each other. And, you know, you very seldom hear about that. It's usually the opposite.
Well, Blank Check came close.
Yeah. But we canceled
We canceled that.
We canceled that.
That's over.
Katherine Hahn has a show, I just found out, called WandaVision on Disney Plus.
Where you can find Blank Check. No longer.
Yeah. That's why my brain went there.
That's why my brain went. Should be in there.
There it is. This is my Book It pin. So, I don't know if any of you remember Book It.
Children who love to read can grow to new heights, expand their knowledge by discovering new worlds, stretch their imagination by reaching for the stars. Book It is a reading incentive program that encourages young people to read.
This was something that was offered at Pizza Hut. If you went to Pizza Hut and you brought them evidence from your teacher that you had read books and had a sticker in here, you would work up to earning a free pizza. It showed that I read a lot of, because mine was completely covered in stickers. So it showed how nerdy I was too. We didn't have a lot of money, so it helped keep us fed.
Shame that it had to be Pizza Hut.
Yeah, but Pizza Hut was different.
They were better.
They were.
Better.
I remember the pan pizza. It was greasy, and that's important with pizza. Pizza should not be dry. They're just what's their pizza now? Is it even pizza?
We had two in our location, and they've closed within the past 10 years, which didn't matter because we weren't going there anyway.
Right. We went in once. We've been together almost 12 years. We went in once, and how long did we wait for our drinks?
We sat down and we wait, and it smelled like soap, and it was 48 degrees. And we sat there on the cold linoleum chairs. Said, fuck it.
We literally just walked out.
You know what killed them was the tie-in to Phantom Menace. They should have never bought all those Jar Jar cups.
Because of the magnitude of the Episode 1 release and the collectability of the promotional items, you want to be careful to secure all the POP elements the best you can.
I would like to talk about Lana Del Rey. And the reason why I'm talking about her right now is because there is an enormous backlash against her, and it needs to stop. For starters, it started at the beginning of last year when people started saying that she glamorizes abuse, that she writes all her own songs, and that she writes about physical abuse and makes it sound like it's a sexy thing. I'm going to tell you, if you have been a survivor of any kind of abuse, it is the healthiest thing you could possibly do is to work through it through your art. Now, if this is this woman's way of dealing with whatever she has gone through in her life, then all the power to her. I don't think that it is glamorizing it. She's just speaking her poetry. And instead of tearing her down, I think we should just be supportive of that. They're calling her a racist because she makes comments about other singers being trashy. Well, you know what? They fucking are. And you know what? I don't care that they're black. Do you know what I mean? That means nothing to me. And I bet it means absolutely nothing to her too. They could have been white. It doesn't matter. They're just really trashy. And you don't have to be trashy to be a pop star. Look at the singers of the 70s or the 60s or the 50s. They were all princesses. What happened to that? Why did all of a sudden did pop music? Why did pop stars suddenly have to wear nylon a nylon sheath over their entire body to be a success? Where are the queens in the pop world? So she's not a racist for saying they're trashy, because they are fucking trashy. They are dirty, trashy whores, okay? And it has nothing to do with the fact that they're black. Zero. Okay?
Okay.
She was criticized a week ago for saying that Trump didn't know that he was inciting a riot. She was making fun of him. She was making fun of him because he probably had no idea what the fuck he was doing.
That's a good point.
Lana Del Rey is a goddess. And a national treasure. And we need to just bow to her infinite beauty and music and give her a break and stop. Oh, and the mesh mask.
Oh, yeah.
Mesh mask. That had, she later said had plastic underneath it.
Oh.
Boo fucking who. So she wore a stylized, probably $100,000 mask because she's a multimillionaire. I'm sure that was probably one of all of 3 times this entire year that she went out in public, by the way, because she doesn't want to catch COVID and she wants to be safe. So I think it was okay that she wasn't properly masked that one fucking time. Okay? So leave her alone.